6, 7. Oh, it's miles away, that thunderstorm is. Jesus. Anyway, let's finally get into this game. Hello there, and welcome to another scrim between VonIvan in the north as the Soviets and VonAsten in the south as the Wehrmacht. You may have seen these games so far on YouTube today, and especially in Twitch with the 200 people we've got watching live. And it's been very exciting play. The meta, of course, is VonAsten will be going, of course, mobile defense doctrine and trying to spam these vehicles. And VonIvan used a very interesting counter in that previous game. No, he didn't use the snipers DevM's been using. No. He used... Can you hear that on the commander? I probably talked over it. Kliment Virashilov tank is ready for your deployment, comrade. Or something like that. It sounded a bit like that. And that's basically the KV-1. It's an absolute beast. It's a killing machine. It's lean, mean. Well, it's not lean. I mean, it's fat, heavy. Huge flash of lightning. That's going to be a big one. A little listen. There's a thunderstorm outside. So if you're watching this on YouTube... Oh, there you go. Oh, that was a good one. MG42 in perfect position to protect this fuel. VonAsten showing a good level of play there. And he is top 6 in the world right now. Starfox Crystal asks me what is my experience with the KV2 and Co2. It's really inefficient. It's really difficult to use. You probably won't see much of it, to be honest. Nice flank here by VonIvan. Very aggressive play with his third conscript pouring onto the battlefield. More cons out. Cut off being taken. MG having to set up here now with these conscripts joining the party. VonAsten's really being pushed back here. VonIvan showing expert levels of aggression. Combat engineers capping that victory point. We do have, by the way, this grenadier. If you're wondering where it was, it's been capping up the map over here. Leaving this cut-off exposed. Not exposed. Exposed. He needs to watch out for that one. He needs to watch out. Oh, flash of thunder. Not as big this time. This MG's been really defensive. Rumbly. Pioneers pushing on the combat engineers. They know they won't win on such a close quarter combat battle, but so they get straight into the mansion house because it's big. Fourth conscript's now built. They're going to try and contest the fuel point down here. They're seeming to hug this yellow cover before trying to get an angle on what they can see, and that's VonIvan showing what a great player he is. He really is expert level. This is funny because he was, of course, in Expert's clan at one point. Trying to give a different angle to this fight because it's a pretty tepid fight. That was pretty good camera work. I'll give myself that one. That was good. Couldn't finish this off in time. Grenadiers here to fight. Conscripts are just staying by it. They're not constructing anymore. They just want to see if they can stick it out. Second conscript Urar's in. What's VonIvan doing? He needs to retreat. He has done so. This conscript's now going to reposition, try and get behind this heavy cover. Conscripts could push for the fuel. Wait for the combat engineers, maybe. Grenadier swarming in! VonAsten's really bullying VonIvan. It's dividing and conquering. Conscripts really stuck that one out. A lot of players would have retreated instantly. VonIvan's got a very different way of playing at times. So it's all quiet on the western front, except for the pitter-patter of raindrops and the occasional howl of thunder. Roar of thunder, rather. I think thunder really howls, does it? Oh my god! VonAsten's going for the scout car! Who would have thought it? Who would have thunk it? Well, I think every single one of us would have done. That was a big one, by the way. That literally flashed my retinas. That was like a nuclear strike. Told you that was a big one. Well, retinal flash. You know it's big when your retinals flash. Maybe it was a nuclear strike. That's not a nice look, Kuba. First Novacek, then bribing FIFA. And now they've nuked us. What will the Russians do next?
The enemy is taking our lines of supply are disrupted.
We do have a bunker being built in base. 2-2 done straight in. He's after this conscript. Watch out, Mr. Conscript. And he's dead. You can see in the bottom right of your screen, you might see me shaking my head. It's at the unnecessary 50 manpower buff the scout car's got. Keep it apolitical, chat. I was only joking. Only joke. No reals. AT grenade goes in. Damaged engine. Second one about to strike. That's what you get. So that was 200 manpower and 30 fuel for something that cost 240 manpower. I know which one I prefer. And I think VonAsten's now up. That was a huge strike of lightning on my right. So be expecting a huge roar of thunder again. Oh! That was a big one. Sorry guys, I just want to correct something on my webcam. It's a little bit too... not capturing my face. Oh shit. So that's... do that. And do that. I'm a perfectionist for overlay stuff. I'm really sorry guys. I know that wasn't worth it to you, but it was to me. I just need everything to be perfect on my stream. And it's this perfectionism levels that brings you such great entertainment as VonIvan vs. VonAsten. We launch ourselves back into the game. Find a heavy sandbag wall here, just soaking up non-existent damage from the second built 222. VonIvan now has access to the PPSHs. I think he must have started the upgrade on some of them. Yep, there you go. There's these guys. Does cost a little bit more little more munitions now, of course. It is 60 munitions rather than the previous... was it 30? 40, I want to say. It's quite cheap, relatively. A's going to drink some tea. We're going to go over to VonIvan's camera for a while. Oh, he's really jumping around there. Wow. Really wants to see who's going to be in a fight. Oh, you need to have his Fog of War on as well to get the true VonIvan experience. And that is crazy. He's flying all over the place. Really just trying to look for that next assault. He's really competitive in this scrim. He wants GCS2 so badly. He needs it. I mean, VonIvan has won tournaments, but he's never won a major that is available to all players in the world. Well, most players. He's won NAs before, and he got to the semi-finals of SNF 5. There is 2 major accomplishments. NA ESL, that is, by the way. He won a lot of money, but it wasn't against the top people in the world at the time. So, I think VonIvan really... I know he won it anyway, but also, it helps absolutely cement him as a top-level player. Herrefield asks, are all GCS2 matchups best of 5? No, not in the qualifiers. The best of 3 up until the final, which is best of 5. Oh, conscript's about to die. Oh, that's one dead conscript. Oops. And then in the actual tournament, everything's best of 5 until the final, which is best of 7. The actual tournament is an 8-man tournament in Manchester, England. Just go to the website, !GCS in chat, and you'll have a link to the website. Go check it out. All the formats and the rules are all there. Mine went off there. Grenadiers have been suppressed. Well, Ivan's very excited to get back in the action. Lovely tea. Let's strike while the tea is hot. You can't afford to wait any longer. People wondering why we're not watching VonAsten's gameplay. If you're just tuned in, he plays from tilted camera mode. Mind you, he won't for this, will he? Because surely he won't, because he's already south on this one. Let's check that out. He has normal camera mode for this map.
Units are ready to deploy. Our opponents
He's already the south position, that makes sense. Oh, hits the mine! Hits an AT grenade. It's down and out. VonAsten's very happy with that one. Waiting for the PPSHs to launch in. He's trying to use the grenadiers to mitigate. He's having a look at the action over in the east. He's hanging out here. He's pinned them. He's happy with that, and he's going to leave it at that. He won't be happy with the 222 dying, of course, but he has just launched Ostrupin and no LMGs this time. You're watching a fog of war because we're watching a player camera. He can only see inside his area of sight, so it makes no difference. It just helps, you know, show true sight a little bit. Once I finish this tea, I'll get back to casting normally. And it's literally like watching VonAsten stream, basically. Except it's got me talking over it instead. So he was unlucky not to get 2 LMG Ostrupin there. Or at least 1. I wonder what the roll is. Is it like a 3rd chance maybe on one of them? Something like that. Oh, big Zis barrage onto the central MG. He's got to watch out for that. I don't think he saw it.
We are losing a sector.
Oh, we used control groups to get out. Fair enough. Can't see the control groups, of course, from this overlay. God, he's going around the map like a maniac. This is crazy. Really, this is giving me a bit of epilepsy. Might just try and down my T. Oh, huge white rifle nade there. How did he do that so quickly? I can't keep up with this. See, Sexy Lexi, this is why you and I aren't very good at coming here as 2.
Forces are securing our territory. The enemy has driven a wedge in our lines.
Right, let's get back to casting because I cannot keep up with that. That is way too fast for my eyes. Sorry about that, guys, but I'm back now. We're casting as we would usually with A's, very slow movements. PPSH just pushed away that grenadier. There's a second one ready to mitigate. Ostrupin are now being used to cap around the map, as one would expect. He's got this MG in base for some reason. I think he's just trying to defend this cutoff. Second MG watching over the fuel point. Another rifle nade, maybe? Does he have access to it? He might do it, you know. He's been very lucky with them so far. Or successful, rather. Doesn't need it, though. We've got that Flammenwerfer. Werfen Flams. Isn't that much nicer to watch? That's so much better. People say she's storming. Pushed away the Ostrupin. 3rd MG out for VonAsten. He has had some juicy wipes on VonIvan. If you look, VonAsten's got a far superior KD. Well, 2 KD exactly. His army value has crept ahead quite considerably at 2 different distinct areas. Probably both signified by VonIvan squad wipes. What is this? Gonna attack on this garrison. Needs to get out of there, in all honesty. Has he seen it? One more shot. He hasn't seen it. Oh, that one didn't really hit. That was AoE splash damage. He was lucky there, I tell you. Combination of an LMG and an HMG. Putting the fire down. Nice rifle nade on the conscripts. Zisgun getting pushed away. Elsewhere, in base, we've got the mechanized company coming up for VonIvan.
Additional resources are now available to your commander. The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Keep an eye on the west side where it seems to be heating up. Got some hit the dirt cons. Zisgun, rifle nade, retreats. Got Rock 9 flamethrower coming into view against the Pioneer flamethrower, otherwise known as the Flammenwerfer 35. Was that MG down? No, he got away. A second MG coming into view, or possibly the one that just evacuated the building, most likely. Hull's down there, and there's just no uprooting him. Fuel being kept out of VonAsten's hands, but he has got this one on the west. God, that engineer was ballsy there by VonIvan, keeping it in play for a little bit too long, perhaps. Could have been more dangerous. And he's now getting this fuel as well, so good work by him. However, Ostroupen have been able to push him away. Still no sign of any vehicles other than that 222. That's pretty interesting. We know what VonIvan's going for, though, and it is the KV-1. So we know what he needs. He's only after 145 fuel, so he's almost there, in all honesty. VonAsten hasn't gone for the Wehrmacht meta of just spamming vehicles, so this time they've gone for spamming MGs instead, which wasn't expected. I wonder how he's going to counter the KV-1, though. I wonder how he's going to counter it. Could be a Panther, Ishtori says. It's possible. Nice flank here. Has he seen it? He must have caught a glimpse of that. One of the most used weapons of World War II, of course. It's the most used automatic weapon, that's for certain. PPSHs were very reliable guns. The Germans used them wherever they could find them. Just because there's a lot of ammo on the Eastern Front, and they were pretty handy around Stalingrad and places like Kharkov and built-up areas, basically. These Ostroupen will get pushed away. MG in turn as well. There's a great flamethrower. So you've got Vet 2 flamethrower there. It's going to be really useful for repairing the KV-1 when it enters the battlefield. Nice pressure being put down here by the LMG Grenadiers. They're a force to be reckoned with. Zisgun pushed away. Elsewhere in the east, conscripts doing a great job of capping that area. So hopefully accounts for the fact he's been pushed away here. He's of course waiting for manpower. He needs a considerable amount to get to the KV-1. It's 145 fuel and 420. Blaze it, baby. On the manpower. About to hit that in 30. Let's start the Terminator chance. Dum 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 dum. I know there's some stuff going on elsewhere. I don't care. Oh, you have to build it first. For fuck's sake, it's not a call-in anymore. I come from a land where the KV-1 was a call-in. My bad. We'll have to go back to that. Oh, possible wipe for the Panzer IV here. Zisgun's coming out to block. No, I'll launch straight back in with that. Don't you worry, guys. We haven't lost the Terminator music. The meme lives. Dum 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 dum. Let's watch this over. Dum 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 dum. Da da dum. Da da dum. Dum 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 dum. He came from a land in the future to kill Sarah Connor. His name was... Fuck, he came the wrong entrance, you bastard! Clement Virashilov. Every part of that was a fail. Even nice wipe by the Panzer IV. VonIvan doesn't care anymore, though. He's got his KV-1, who's struggling to get out of base. Of course, because it came out the wrong pissing base entrance, but never mind. I mean, come on! That was the wrong base entrance, guys. I mean, come on. KV-1's on the warpath, going much faster than I remember him going. Jesus Christ, the road bonus truly kicked in. If that hit you, you wouldn't live very long, would you? I would not try an insurance scam a KV-1. I don't know about you. I don't think it's got a dash cam either, so you'd probably get some money, but it wouldn't be you. It'd be of relatives. Faust fizzles harmlessly away from that frontal feature. Fantastic. The KV-1. Let's do a Jeremy Clarkson style review of the KV-1. Today, we've got the Clement Virashilov 1 tank. 45 tons of Soviet power. It's the best heavy tank in the world. Not very accurate, though, seemingly. It's gotten 3 kills so far. After all that, basically, in the previous game, if you've only just tuned in, the previous game, we saw a KV-1 get 5 vehicle kills. It, like, killed 2 Pumas, 2 Scout Cars, and a Brumbear. It was amazing. This one, there's not much to kill, really, let's face it, so it's not having as great of a day. Who's going to win this? This is a really difficult one to call. So he's gone for Panzer IV and a Stug. Sturmgeschütz is being built. Is that good? Is a Stug going to reliably push the KV-1 away? I mean, it'd be nice if it does. Let's have a look. We'll have to wait and see. I haven't seen that matchup for a while. There's been many balance patches in between, so very excited. Stug will pen, says Strategic Mushroom. Okay, thank you, Strategic Mushroom. And what better person to believe than a mushroom? Mushrooms are dependable. They're fun guys. And most importantly, they're invariably correct. Haunted Grass asks, is VonIvan's commander good? I'd say so. It looks good to me. The Sturmgeschütz is on the field, marching forwards for the Wehrmacht. Fun fact for you here, Sturmgeschütz were actually driven by real Übermensch. Nice penetration there, and engine damage. Will the Stug go on pursuit? It might just do that. There is a Zisgun waiting, though. He needs to engage full Wehrmacht superiority here. Can't do it. The Zisgun blocked him. And then the nice positioning by VonIvan, it must be said. He rifle naded him. KV-1 still putting the damage down. However, the Stug cannot push up. He's going for a Faust, another Faust perhaps. Doesn't have the munitions right now. Does force him away though. Elsewhere, we do currently have double fuel for VonIvan, meaning he's now having to be denied over here. KV-1's been okay so far, 10 infantry kills. Panzer IV, though's got 18. And Stug has shown it can pen the KV-1, so he's got to watch out. Yeah, of course we can. We'll do that and Rodai fight. So, of course, because the KV-1 was an early war tank, it had weird things like a machine gunner, a bullpit gunner, I think they're called, something like that, in the rear. And to be honest, that's really useful because an early, big, 2 flashes of thunder outside. Listen to the flash. Thunder, that'll be a big one because there were 2 flashes. What was I going to say? Early Panzer Grenadier manuals on the Eastern Front detailed specifically how to take a KV-1 down. There was a few ways. You could throw a mine directly under its tracks to immobilize it, or you could literally climb on the back of it, use hatchets to open up the engine hatch, and then throw an improvised incendiary device inside, or a bundle grenade. And that was the only way to take it out in 1941, and that's what the Wehrmacht field manual recommended. And they did have field manuals, the Germans, and that was their method. Thank you to Military History Visualized for telling me that, because I wouldn't have known otherwise. Nice field artillery barrage, pushes away the Grens. They have a good spill out by VonAsten in the southwest. He's managed to capture these sectories with the Untermensch from the east. PPSH is going to give a difficult retreat path should any of these Ostruppen lose their battle. Going to focus fire that one most likely. Oh, we've got a battle. Sorry, an armoured confrontation in the north. This Panzer IV is trying to find an angle. Where's the Stug in all this? It's a weak penetration. Not too much done there. He's using incendiary rounds. VonAsten really thinks that might work. Zisgun is... oh, nice engine damage crit from the Vet 3 conscripts. Huge shot in by the Zisgun. However, rifle nade dismembers the crew. Second Kliment Vereshilov tank out. causing all kinds of problems. The Stug, the last bastion of the Wehrmacht's army. Grenadiers possibly going down. Oh, runs past the shield. That is the Sturmgeschütz. Meanwhile, the first built KV-1 is going to try and take out the Panzer. Keep an eye on that. The second built KV-1's in heavy duress. Panzer going down. Let's wait for that explosion. Last shot goes in. Misses. He gets around the bushes. Meanwhile, the second built KV-1 gets taken out by the now Veterancy 2 Stug. First built KV-1's going to have to reverse after the Panzer IV. We've also got this Grenadier that's ready to Faust it. The Stug, by the way, is getting ready. It's on the warpath. It's going to go north. These are very expensive vehicles. It needs to Faust. This needs to be a big Faust. It needs to damage the engine. It does indeed. Got PPS conscripts also coming in. The Stug is going full balls to the wall. Where's the Ziscon? It's all the way down here. It could actually reposition. We'll have to wait and see to see if it does that. Rear armor hits. KV-1 in heavy. And dire straits. Damaged engine on the Stug. It gets to range where it's most comfortable. Keeps blinking away. Misses. Bounces. Elsewhere in the centre. Got huge battles going on all around. Very even victory point disposition. Stug thinks better of it. Ziscon wasn't in position, but he wasn't to know that. Had to be careful. Three Ostrupen now. One of which has an LMG, of course. I don't think he has Battle Phase 2, so he can't upgrade the others, but he might want to consider doing that. Get a full LMG army. Look at this KV-1. He's on holiday now. In this seaside resort. KV-1 on holiday. Mardi Gras. Only straight to video. Available at top shelf from any Blockbuster nearby. Oh man, this is a very, very interesting game. It really is. He's getting a little bit of caster's fatigue. Panzer IV in the build by VonAsten. Great game so far though. Absolutely fantastic. Let's have a check of the battle stats. In terms of overview, it's, of course, VonAsten who's ahead KD, but that's about right for Soviet Wehrmacht, in all honesty. Just checking this engagement here. Battle of the MGs. Who's going to win that one? Looks like there's a Grenadier in VonAsten's favour. Oh, two Grenadiers. Oh, he has to pick the gun up. That's one dead Maxim. Bye-bye. Best unit, of course, for Von is his cons. There's a battle in the north. These conscripts got to be careful. Retreats there. KV-1's back and ready for action. Fuel counter VonIvan's just hit 145. Immediately gets a second KV-1. Panzer IV's going to try and flank, maybe? There's only chance, surely, to go this way. You're not going to do anything through the front. That's just inefficient, surely. Well, he'll shield for the Stug. But here comes the Ziscon recruit. Here come the conscripts. They might oorah into view here. Surprised we didn't see that from VonIvan. He does have 160. There we go. It's a bit late, but he's done it now. Damage engine, a bit late, but never mind. It still happened. Notably, VonAsten does have 2 victory points right now. Conscripts possibly getting destroyed on retreat. No. KV-1 could go for a crush here. It is going for a crush. This could be huge. Oh, that could have been really gnarly. He's going to go for a base crush. Watch this, lads. Might kill the Stug as well. Bounces harmlessly off. Here comes the Panzer IV. Thinks better of it. Oh, we'll live to tell the tale of the time the KV-1 came a-knocking. Second Ziscon building for VonIvan, interesting. Notice that VonAsten has a superior population count, but it doesn't really matter because I think VonIvan has the superior strategic build at the moment. Stricken Stug. KV-1's just going straight in. Damaged engine won't matter. They're slow as fuck anyway. Panzer IV needs to be penetrated. Attention turned on the Stug. Plinking harmlessly off the frontal armour. Out of control. Veterancy 2. Hero Sturmgeschütz taken and destroyed. KV-1 now going after the healthy KV-1's going after the Panzer IV. Bad camera work by AAE. Getting a little bit too excited there. Ostroupen going for the damaged engine. Won't be able to get it. Where are these disc guns at? Is one coming north? No, they're both in base because of the heavy attack by VonAsten. Whilst that's going on, he's going for a huge attack there. But here comes the IL-2 skill plane. To utilise all the skill at its potential. Panzer IV's going to the holiday beachside resort for tanks. This KV-1's deep within Wehrmacht territory still. Nothing to mitigate. Skill planes fly overhead, raining terror on any Wehrmacht force within the line of sight. Panzer IV's now seeing the KV-1 through the rear. Oh, rear armor penetrated. Oh, and again! Next shot wins! Who's going to get it? Ah! KV-1 misses! No, it doesn't. It was a delayed ignition. It exploded eventually, and the KV-1 bounced harmlessly. Why won't it penetrate? Etc. Or why does it penetrate? Something like that. The memes live, and the KV-1 does as well. That's the game you play. KV-1s have great frontal armor. Oh, it's a Zis gun. Okay, fair enough. That makes a lot more sense. Thanks, guys. I've got a bit tired eyes. Just give me some. I've been casting for a long time. Get a bit tired. And also, it's a weird angle as well. So well caught, guys. Much appreciated. MG42, Veterancy 2, possibly dying. Yes, indeed, to the hull gunner. Last little bit of Wehrmacht presence in the north being capped up here. VonAsten spilling onto the field. What a game! 199 victory points to 279. And it's over. I think VonAsten realised he was dead because of the two KV-1s and that. Jesus Christ, that was cool. I enjoyed that. KV-1s are really powerful. That's what I've learnt so far. And VonIvan's clearly proving why he should be either number 1 seed or number 2 seed in GCS2 in my mind. Because he's really getting the better of VonAsten in these games.